Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for Android App Arena is provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com.
This is Android App Arena, episode 76 for Wednesday, December 16th, 2015. Tools for Relaxation. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Android App Arena. I'm your host, Jason Howell. Are you going crazy yet? I mean, the year's about to wrap up. All the end of year holiday madness is in total full swing right now. It's easy to get totally swept up in all of that stuff. Heck, I know I am. Sometimes you just need a reminder to slow down, take a deep breath, and reflect. Don't worry, I'm not going to start breaking out my yoga poses on the show, no downward dog for you, but I am going to show off a few apps that will hopefully give you the kick, no, gentle tap that you need to remind you to simply relax. Here are 3 tools for relaxation and reflection in this week's roundup. Here's a free app that will whip your mind into shape. It's called Stop, Breathe, and Think. And it actually won a Webby Award in 2015 for people's voice in health and fitness. Upon first launch, you'll be asked a bunch of questions, but only after a 10-second eyes closed meditation on how you really feel deep down inside. And from there, you'll tell the app your state of mental as well as physical health. You'll pick from a huge graphical list of emotional states that describe you in the now. The app will churn on that data and then present you with a short list of guided meditations that will help you improve some of the qualities of your state of being. Now, if this sounds hippy-dippy to you, well, you probably won't be too convinced by what comes next, but if you have an open mind, you might just find that Stop, Breathe, and Think has some excellent pointers for how you can just slow down, relax, reflect. I'll get in a ready position, in this case, on the floor with my legs crossed, and tap play when I'm all ready. I'd suggest wearing headphones as well for this part. And now,
gratitude.
It's a guided meditation with a nice, soft voice.
Close your eyes and rest your hands on your knees.
That delivers a number of actions that you can take in the moment.
Bring your awareness to the touch of your body on your seat.
You just close your eyes, forget about the fact that this is all coming from an app on your phone. And to keep you on track, you should also know that you can't skip forward in the guided meditation. These are meant to be played start to finish. Stop, Breathe, and Think has around 23 meditations to start with, and you can choose to view all of them to find one that matches your mood, or do what the developer intends. Tell it how you're doing today, and based on that, you'll pick from a small selection that matches your state of being. Plenty of other apps offer this kind of tool along with a monthly fee. Stop, Breathe, and Think is completely free throughout with a few extra meditations thrown in for a little bit extra. Find it in the Play Store right now. If you want to skip all that meditation mumbo jumbo and simply construct an ambiance that matches your mood, then you should check out TaoMix. It's an app that's designed to enable you to craft your own unique soundscapes. I'll tap that big plus in the center to get started, and I'm shown a number of sound categories here. Birds, for example, shows birds in a forest, seagulls, tropical birds, owls, morning birds, and crows. And that's one category of 13 total categories. I'll go ahead and pick birds in a forest to get started, and you can hear it in its isolated form. That's a good start. Now I'll hop back in and find a little wind. Let's say we want some wind blowing through the trees. And now I have 2 sounds playing concurrently. If I tap one of those sound images, the wind or the bird, and then drag it around, I send it further into the background or bring it closer to the center to make it much louder. And to either side of the center of the screen, I'm actually changing its stereo field. Now let's find some more sounds. How about setting some distant thunder in there? I want this thunder to be big and bold. So if I tap and hold the thunder circle, I can then drag up to make it more ferocious or down to make it wimpier. As you can see, you can create some complex soundscapes with TaoMix. It's a lot of fun to get in the sandbox and just kind of play around. Any mix that you create can be saved for recall later. You just tap the down arrow to save as new and give it a name. I'll call this my Breezy Bird mix. And finally, while it's playing, I can set a timer of up to 2 hours before TaoMix shuts off automatically. Hopefully I'm sawing logs by the time that ends. TaoMix is a creative way to set your mind at ease. Find a free version in the Play Store with a $1.99 upgrade to gain access to the wide catalog of sounds. Another app that gives you control over the mix when it comes to background ambience is called Ambio. Now, right from the launch screen, you'll see a themed experience that follows your current ambiance. In this case, ocean waves. Now, sliding up or down on the main screen changes your playback volume, and tapping the screen actually brings up a bunch of controls, like expanding the interface to occupy the entire screen. You can get rid of the notifications bar and hide the device navigation buttons at the bottom if they bug you. Also, brightness adjustments so it doesn't keep you awake late at night. There are playback controls down at the bottom for skipping to and from your desired ambiance. Those Z's up at the top there bring you to the sleep timer controls, so you can set how long you want Ambio to play and what you want the app to do once that timer hits its final second. And along those lines, Ambio can also be used as a straight-up alarm clock. You can add any number of different alarms, each of them carrying with them a whole host of tweaks like day and time for the alarm, of course, but then you have the type of the alarm, so you can choose the music that you have on your device to play, or you can even fire off an Ambio mix to wake up to, though I'm not entirely sure ocean waves would really be strong enough to wake me up in the morning. Anyways, that's just the interface. Ambio is chock full of sounds in the mixes section. Check out the Ambio store there to find a mix pack that you like, and then click to install it inside the app. Now, after downloading that, you'll have access to those complex mixes, and you can tweak the levels of any element within that mix to take out the water or add in the thunderclaps. Each element is presented as its own volume slider, and yes, you can save your own mixes for playback later. Much of Ambio is available for free, but for $2.99 you get an upgrade that brings full access to the premium mix library of sounds, no restrictions on the number of playlists and alarms that you can create, the ability to tweak the themes so everything looks a little nicer, and the removal of ads from the experience. Find Ambio in the Play Store right now. One quick note about Stop, Breathe, and Think. There's a store within the app, I briefly alluded to that allows you to purchase special meditation packs, including the KD 5-pack. This is meditations by musician Katie Lang, of all people. I'm not sure if that's a total selling point or not, but how about this part? All profits for packs purchased in the store go to the Tools for Peace nonprofit that benefits students with programs that promote positive skill development and academic professional services of those types. So that's some cool stuff. I like it a lot. All right, now shifting gears entirely, let's take a look at a new app that will help you unwind in a completely different way. It's this week's big app. On episode 56 of this show, I showed off an app called Just Watch that attempted, I think rather successfully, to simplify discovery when it comes to finding where a movie or a TV show could be found for streaming or purchase online. And now, Yahoo is getting in that game with their new app called Yahoo Video Guide. When you first launch the app, you'll be asked which services matter most to you. I've checked my subscriptions off here. That's Netflix, Amazon, HBO, Comcast Xfinity, and a few others. And then hitting the home screen, I'm showed, first of all, the featured section. You can see right off the bat that the interface isn't static. There's nice full screen video playing underneath the main featured video. Tapping that actually brings me to all the information I need to read up on the synopsis, the reviews, actors, and content that might be related in some way to that particular piece of content. If an item is available for streaming based on the services that I've picked upon launch, they'll be presented here. Also, purchase options are displayed, all with one tap to take you through to the app or service in question if you want to buy it. Now, scrolling down in featured actually shows new and popular content available to you through your chosen services at the start. I can swipe left to narrow down to only the movies, and once more to narrow down to just TV shows. If instead you want to shape your suggestions based on your mood, Yahoo got you covered. All you have to do is swipe out the side tray to reveal the mood picker. Now down at the bottom is a small selection of animated GIFs that attempt to represent different moods or genres. And as you tap on those, activating or deactivating them, the content above narrows in a nice poppy animated sort of way. Yahoo Video Guide is a great way to visualize the options you have without ever having to dive into different apps to find them. And it's completely free in the Play Store right now. Now, I am a huge fan of Just Watch, but Yahoo Video Guide really gives it a run for its money. And Yahoo has some great design for Android these days, which makes the app that much more appealing. You should check it out for yourself to see what I mean. Send me your favorite apps and categories to arena@twit.tv, or you can post those to the subreddit. That's at androidapparena.reddit.com, and then everybody gets in on the action there. The show records live every Wednesday around 4:30 p.m. Pacific following Tech News Tonight at twit.tv/live. And if you can't make the live taping, the show appears later in the evening in the feeds and on the show page. That can be found at twit.tv/arena. All right, that's it, folks. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Jason Howell, and I will see you next week in the arena.